the sanctuary of music making, in a crumbling apartment building on the edge of Detroit. 17-year-old Malik adjusted the strings of his beaten-up cello. Downstairs, the rattle of pipes and the occasional shout from the street found their way through the thin walls. But inside this room, his grandmother's old sewing room, now converted into a makeshift studio, there was only the cello and the slow breath of silence before music. Malik had discovered the cello by accident, stumbling upon it in a school closet during detention. The music teacher, Mr. Alvarez, had let him take it home, just to see if it fits you. It didn't at first. His fingers were clumsy, his bowing a disaster, but something in the deep voice of the instrument had spoken to a place inside him that words never reached. Across the ocean in a sun-drenched village in southern Italy, 64-year-old Safia sat on a worn wooden stool in her kitchen, her accordion resting gently on her lap. The kitchen smelled of garlic and lemon zest, and the shutters were half drawn to let in the breeze from the olive grove. Outside, her neighbors might have seen her as a quiet widow, still grieving the loss of her husband 2 years ago. But inside, when she played, Safia was more than a widow. She was the pulse of the old world, keeper of songs that had drifted across centuries. For Malik, music became a retreat from the world's noise, his mother's night shifts, the pressure to join a gang, the quiet ache of knowing his little sister often went to bed hungry. He practiced late into the night, learning to speak through strings. When he played, his hands felt strong, certain. The cello gave him a voice he didn't know he had. Safia, too, had her quiet ache. Her husband, Luca, had once played the violin, and together they used to serenade neighbors on summer evenings. After his passing, her world collapsed into a quiet she couldn't bear. One day, when the loneliness grew too large, she opened the dusty accordion case he had gifted her on their 20th anniversary. The keys felt foreign after so many years, but the muscle memory was still there like a heartbeat buried under grief. Their worlds should never have touched, but the universe has a strange ear for harmony. When Malik's school launched a virtual international music exchange project, he was skeptical, but Mr. Alvarez insisted. "You never know who's listening," he said. Malik submitted a raw recording of his composition, Sanctuary in G, a slow, aching melody that began in shadows and reached upward toward the light. Half a world away, Safia opened the email from her town's cultural center and clicked play. As Malik's cello rang out through her laptop speakers, something in the room shifted. She didn't know this boy, but she knew this sound the way sorrow and hope could share a single breath. She retrieved her accordion and, hesitating only for a moment, began to play along, weaving a lilting harmony above his melody. She sent her response video back through the program. Malik watched the reply in stunned silence. The sound of Safi's accordion wrapped around his cello like sunlight through blinds. The notes made space for each other. He grinned and immediately picked up his bow. They began to exchange videos weekly. Not words, just music. A duet grown across continents. She added folk refrains and old waltzes. He brought in rhythm and soulful improvisation. They began to build something. A song stitched from sorrow, joy, heritage, and healing. In Detroit, Malik began organizing small living room concerts. His sister watching wide-eyed as neighbors crowded in, drawn to the magic of live sound. In Italy, Safia played again for her village, this time with Malik's cello echoing from speakers on her balcony. People began to gather again. Old couples danced. They still have never spoken directly, but they speak fluently in music, because for both, music is more than notes. It is memory, identity, safety. It is a door that opens when everything else is locked. A place where the world quiets down, and something truer begins to sing. This story is donated to the public domain.